welcome to the Dordogne in France. And this is the Tucano Monster e-bike. Built in Barcelona, Chinese bike, nice big direct drive hub motor, 48 volt, 12 amp hour battery. And what I'm doing here by reposting this video is some people wanted a commentary track. So you've got the choice of listening to me prattle on and hopefully trying to say one or two interesting things, or you can watch the previous upload and just have the music. So here we are in the Dordogne River Valley. This is a very typical country lane. On the left, that's a corn stacker. And, you know, pretty typical barn. That's a tobacco barn with those slats. It rained recently, but this was a nice clear morning, so I took the bike out for a run. Here we are in the small village, Mouzon. It's just a collection of farms, really. In front of us is a market cross, and here the brown building is another tobacco barn. So carry on down this lovely little country road. That's probably a holiday cottage and a few other houses. Even the more modern houses in this part of France look old just because they're built of traditional materials. Now the tobacco barn on our right. The building materials around here is limestone, this light coloured rock. There's a beautiful wisteria in bloom, and that very peaky roof is a typical Perigordian roof style, good for shedding water. Nice laurel hedge. And that's the local recycling centre where you can recycle your bottles and your paper. And now that's a good typical French hedge made up of lots of different coloured plants. Good job there. Now here on the left is a young walnut plantation. These trees are not very old, but hopefully they're producing some walnuts. The story here in France is that one walnut tree will pay your house taxes. I don't know if that's true, we don't have one, but it's certainly a big crop in this local area. Notice there is a utility line running to the left side of the small lane. It's incredible, when we first moved to France, we were offered over 50 megabytes per second internet access. France is very well wired. French Telecom, which is now called Orange, offers a very good service. More walnut trees on the left. And there in the distance you can see the edge of the Dordogne River Valley. It steeply goes up and is wooded. A nice traditional cottage on the right with shutters. Again, probably a holiday cottage. I don't know, it might be a farm. And here we're coming to the bigger village. Nice old tobacco barn on the left. You can see lots of windows, which is used for drying the tobacco. By the way, this is just at normal speed. I haven't speeded up the video, so you can see this Tucano Monster bike really clips along. Now this man's got a large pole. Do you see that in the back of his van? Now that is a special prize that people get around here, and is an award for maybe doing something good for the community. It's a very traditional thing. Here's the crossroads ahead. You can see some very traditional houses, again using limestone. Notice how the bike accelerates pretty fast. Cool machine. Here's an old pub on the right, which is currently for sale if you want to move here and open up a bar. So this is the bigger road, This is the main road from the town of San Ciprián back to our village, which is Cilac on Perigord. The speed limit here is 80 kilometers an hour. Currently, of course, I'm doing a bit less than that, but on the e-bike at level 9, I think I'm probably doing about 28 to 30 kilometers right now. I'm hardly pushing with the pedals. All I'm doing is rotating the pedals, and the cadence sensor, which has 12 little magnets, turns the direct drive motor and propels us along. More walnuts on the left. Whoa, a passing car. Notice driving in France is a complete and utter joy. The amount of traffic, and this is a busy early Saturday morning when people will be going out. There's almost nothing on the road. So here we're hugging the side of the Dordogne River Valley at its most widest. On the right here, there's a steep bank that goes up probably about 500 feet, made out of limestone, heavily wooded, with nice views at the top. A traditional farm on the left, by the side of the road. In the distance you can see our village, and you can see how wide the river valley really is. We're heading due west. The temperature is probably about 18 Celsius. And it had rained for the last couple of days, but this morning was particularly nice for a run. The tall tree that you see right in the center of the screen is the classic French poplar. They can grow really high and are good distinctive landmarks. Somewhere down here I met a couple of cyclists who just were open-mouthed as I drove past at 30 miles an hour, or 30 kilometers an hour. They gave me a big smile and a wave. See if we can see them. I think they're coming up shortly. Yet more walnuts. This is a nice mature grove on the left. Hey guys, there's the cyclists. Whoa, what kind of bike was that, they asked. This is a very traditional farm building on the left, built around a courtyard with housing and barns in a square so you can have some protection. This house on the right is modern, but looks quite traditional in its design, but using modern materials. So coming up to a T-junction, the way I ride the bike is I shift down from top gear into a more middle gear and take off the pedal assist from 9 down to about 4. And then just cruise up to the junction. This bike has front and rear hydraulic brakes. So stopping back from the junction, I can see what cars might be coming. There's one. Clear left, clear right. And now I'm in a low gear, but I up the pedal assist back up to full and then flip the derailleur gears onto the highest setting so I get more speed. So this is probably 8 on the power pedal assist. And what we're doing up now is going up a slight incline to the bridge over the Dordogne River. Again, for cars, the maximum speed limit here is 80 kilometers an hour. Coming up to the Sirac-en-Périgord bridge over the Dordogne River. This bridge was built in the 1850s following a disaster when the earlier bridge fell down. Before there was a bridge here, there was a ferry. This place on the right is La Scale and is a famous restaurant and hotel where even Josephine Baker sang in the 1930s. So back to our village, down a slight slope, past some friends' houses, and past a bar that's near our house called Lucky's. Well, I hope you enjoyed that trip round the Dordogne Valley, and stay tuned, come back for more.